last name?
Bubnash.
Bubnash. Mischa Bubnash. Let's start over again.
There you go.
Thanks. Mischa Bubnash is a winner of the best documentary short. You created this at Full Sail.
Yep.
Very interesting documentary about a gentleman who comes new to this country, takes a gas station, makes it like a gym.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask questions from the audience in just a sec, but first, did he have any paperwork that was complicated to get like the legalities of this situation?
So yes, so Full Sail required us to do it by the book and to do it just like you would like a real big budget like thing. So we had to get a lot of paperwork, and every single gym member that you saw on screen signed.
Nice.
We had release forms, we had a location agreement, and then we had, what was the third one where we get all the people in the background?
Background
Release form.
actors?
Yeah, just another release form basically. And yeah, so that was stressful getting on the paperwork, especially when I went in that day. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many people working out, and because they're all, I'm going all around to them to get their signatures after they've been working out all day, and all of they were struggling to sign their print name. The signature's fine, so scribble, but printing their name was tough for them because they've got, like he said in the video, you get a bunch of adrenaline from it, and all their hands were shaking, every single one of them. Yeah, but they were all so happy to sign. Like I didn't have a single person that was like, no, because they're all used to being videotaped, because David likes to go around and just record people for the gym's like Facebook page anyway, so they're all used to being filmed. And I think part of the appeal of going to a CrossFit gym is like not to work out by yourself at home, but to like work out in front of people and kind of show off, So they're all totally okay with it.
It's like Venice Beach.
Yeah, like those outdoor gyms, right? And they go outside all the time and they work out under that, gas station awning.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I think the fact that it was a gas station gives it like a, I don't want to say street cred, but kind of like a cool, we're salt of the earth, we're here for the real workout thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there any questions from our audience here?
Hey guys, don't be shy now.
Don't be shy. So I guess what I would ask you is, did he have any paperwork issues with like the city that he was in?
Yes, he did. He talked about that a lot, and it didn't really fit in with the story I was trying to tell, but I think he did mention it a little bit. The paperwork he had to go through to be able to do that was insane, especially since it was abandoned for so long, and all the health inspections and stuff. And they gave him a really hard time. I think he said it took him like 3 or 4 months, and he said he actually had to go and like butter these officials up. Yeah. He actually may have paid people off. I don't know.
Wow.
Like they made him struggle. Yeah. So it was the paperwork. I think when we were talking about that was actually one of the hardest things he had to deal with. In this whole thing.
But I get what you're saying, because with a short film especially, you can't go through every single rabbit hole of information. You got to tell a story. Did you have just curious from a filmmaking perspective, did you go into this with a set, like, hey, I want to make a 15-minute or less movie, I want to make a 20-minute or less movie, or did you just go and start editing and where it ends is where it ends, you know what I mean?
What was the maximum length, do you guys remember?
I believe it was 7 minutes.
7 minutes were what the teachers wanted. They said you can't go more than 7 minutes, and so I was like, okay, cool. I don't want to like worry about that when I'm shooting. The interview we conducted was what, 2 hours? Yeah. We had basically 2 hours of content to sift through and to cut, and it's not chronological. That was the hardest part. So the first step of it was after we did the interview was. Our audio, thankfully, was already synced up.
Yes.
It would have been a nightmare to
thanks to your sound recorder, your sound engineer.
We had it all synced up right into camera, and that saved us a ton of time. But we had a set list of questions, and he would say something, and I would let it, before I start with the next question, I let him really make sure he finishes his thought. And he sometimes, would answer a question that I'm going to ask later, so I'd have to circle that. but be flexible with the questions, because he would start talking about something, especially the Venezuela stuff,
Right.
and I would just improv some questions that just came to me on the spot. And but yeah, we had 2 hours of him talking, so
Wow.
we had to cut a lot out of it. But that's what we did first. I would listen to the audio. The video wasn't important. I would try to find the story in the audio, and then cut that together. And so the first rough cut was like 11, 12 minutes, and then we just start, reverse engineering. Okay, he already repeated this. You already talked about this.
Right.
So cut that, and it was just a lot of cutting.
The movie is sculpted in the editing room. That's a film cliche, but
Definitely.
You write one movie, you film a second movie, you edit the third and
Yeah.
final movie, and
The editor is like the drummer,
Right.
the percussionist. That's something they teach us. They establish the pacing,
right. Did you want to introduce your team? You have your producer partner and
Yeah.
sound engineer.
Diego in the suit is my beautiful producer.
Looks good.
Adrian in the black dress, my beautiful sound mixer and boom operator for the shoot.
And the support man.
And the support man.
boyfriend.
Yeah, he's the cheerleader.
I think it's great when people come out and appreciate their friend, their girlfriend, their work. You know what I mean? They come out and support.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
important to things.
I got a question.
Please do.
How long does it take from beginning to the end? How long did it take?
Including pre-production?
Yes.
Like how many hours?
Approx.
Probably, we did 2 shooting days, right?
Yes.
And I went back by myself for extra stuff, so I'm gonna say 2 full shooting days. And we probably spent 2 days total, like 48 hours on pre-production. And we only had a month to do all this.
Wow.
So I would
we
say,
had 2 projects.
I would say probably 4 or 5 days total. Oh, but editing. Oh, we were in that
That's
editing
probably
room.
Last week.
Yeah, probably 7 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time, especially on the editing.
Too much material, you could tell.
A lot of material.
Thanks to Pete on camera too.
Yeah, thank you, Pete.
So,
Any day.
Misha, you're talking earlier about your next project with your team, and I think it sounds great. So, any final words as you want to we wrap up with your Q&A? I appreciate you being here so much and
Yeah, no
coming out
problem.
from Full Sail representing Orlando. And, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any final words?
This was my debut as a director, realistically, and I kind of got addicted to it,
Nice.
and I'm gonna keep doing it. And I do intend to do more documentary in the future.
Good.
It's so stylistically different than narrative stuff, and with the fun part about documentary work is that you don't know the full story until you've conducted the interviews, and that's kind of the exciting part.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
When you're doing narrative, you know the story,
Right.
pre-production.
Right.
You see what the film's going to be before you shoot it,
Yeah.
and you pre-visualize it.
Right.
Documentary, that's all thrown out the window.
Yeah.
So you're really on the edge of your seat. You don't know, so it's kind of exciting, the risk that's involved. Like, is this going to be good? You
Sure.
You don't always know.
The movie's kind of making itself in live time, and you're the conductor of the energy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Misha,
Yeah.
thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming out. Hi, how are you?
Doing well.
Good, good. Are you a filmmaker?
Yes.
What was your film?
Mine right.
Oh, yeah, Mine Right. Awesome, man. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Where'd you and your family come from today?
We came from Orlando.
Okay, Orlando.
All the
Hey.
Big Orlando click. I appreciate that.
Oh, great.
And so we just watched their best documentary short. Yeah, introduce your family. Go
This is
ahead.
my crew. This is my beautiful wife, Dad.
Hello.
My son Xavier.
Hey, Xavier.
And girl Justine.
Justine, how you doing? Well, I appreciate you coming out. We'll show you a movie today too. And I want to bring out Juliana and Sonia. We have your movie, The Next Stop. This one, Best Florida Dramatic Short, is very dramatic. So I don't want to give away too much before we begin it. But Juliana and your mom, do you have it? And she executive produced as well. Juliana's the actress in this. Anything you want to say before we see it, or should we just watch it and talk after?
Just watch it.
Okay, very good.
Oh, just real quick, you have
Sure.
to watch it all the way through the credits to the end.
No problem.
All right.
That's always the way to go.
We good? I can shut it down.
I'll stop it when you
No, I
start
think-
it.
Yeah, it's fine.